get down to business? Join seasoned entrepreneur, community leader, and Army veteran Scott Shalom Klein, who will take you behind the scenes with those who work in America's small business scene and speak with leaders making an impact, creating jobs, and telling their story in entrepreneurship. So let's get down to business. On AM 560, The Answer, here's your host, Shalom Klein.
And indeed, we're all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship and business. We talk all about business here. Welcome back. You can always go to my website, shalomklein.com. While you're there, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at shalomklein. This week, I am excited to kick off the program with a true leader and champion for our community. My guest has been named a Community Champion of the Year. I'm thrilled to introduce Marta, Cerda, the CEO of ASI Home Care. Marta has spent nearly 40 years transforming home care services and expanding job opportunities, particularly for underserved Black and Brown communities in Chicago. Under her leadership, ASI Home Care has grown into a $12 million nonprofit delivering personalized home care and pioneering workforce training. She's currently spearheading the opening of the ASI Health and Workforce Development Center in Humboldt Park, a new hub that will provide critical services like memory care and job training tailored to historically marginalized neighborhoods. And beyond her executive role, Marta is a true advocate for so many different organizations. Marta, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Oh, it is such an honor. You've dedicated nearly 4 decades to your work. What initially interested you in this line of work and inspired you to focus on home care services?
I am completely rooted and committed to removing barriers to access to resources. And this has been really a thread that has been woven throughout my whole career, from supplier diversity to workforce development to my present work in healthcare.
Absolutely amazing and inspirational. Marta, can you tell us a little bit about the services that ASI Home Care provides to the Chicago communities that you serve? Do you also assist clients in the suburbs?
Absolutely. We serve Cook, DuPage, and Lake for medical services, Cook County for our home care and other services. And then we do serve Oak Park, Cicero, Berwyn, and the southern suburbs. But interestingly enough, we're going to be moving into additional suburbs, maybe Will and Kane County soon. We do our work in 3 buckets. 1, we stabilize patients at home. 2, we do outreach with outreach navigators, insurance navigators, and community health workers. And 3, workforce development, which is the #1 social determinant of health. So much of our work is in home care, home health, in-home behavioral health, transitional care, and more, including leveraging technology and telehealth.
Wow, this is amazing, Marta. Do you have any anecdotes or stories of people that you've helped that highlight the impact of your work on individuals and on families?
I can actually give the example of my father. Many people are at home taking care of people with dementia and Alzheimer's, and my mother had dementia, and my father was taking care of her, and I got a call from the emergency room, and the doctor told me that my father was very, very stressed because he was trying to take care of my mother, and it was just too much. So many people suffer this issue. So I made sure that he then had home care aides and home health nurses to take care of my mother, and he was able to be less stressed and able to enjoy my life, and my mother was taken care of. So we can do both medical and non-medical, and in other ways address the care of each client and patient, and this greatly alleviated the stress of my father.
Amazing. Once again, I'm chatting with Marta Cerda, the CEO of ASI Home Care. And Marta, I'm deeply inspired by your work, again, over 4 decades of transforming home care services and expanding job opportunities. We're going to come back to that a little bit more in a moment. But as mentioned in the show intro, you're also a strong advocate at the national and the state level, serving on boards like the National Recover Task Force. How does this advocacy work connect with the on-the-ground services that you provide at ASI?
Well, the National Recover Task Force tackles long COVID. I actually have long COVID. And our Latino and African American communities were hard hit by long COVID. So we are able to address ASI not only addressed vaccinating people against COVID through a HRSA federal grant, and developed our, community health navigators and other work on the ground to reach people who are hardly reached. But so we combined that work and expanded upon the work we were doing, as I said, in home care and home health by adding vaccinations and community outreach. And that's how we were able to draw in our help for the people with people with long COVID. Getting information and educating people about their health and where to go for assistance. That's what we do, and we integrated that in through my national work.
Amazing. And what I really want to focus on for the next few minutes is regarding your new project, which is so exciting, the ASI Health and Workforce Development Center in Humboldt Park. Let's talk about it. What services will this 19,000 square foot hub provide? And why was it so important to bring these resources to that specific community?
First, we selected the Humboldt Park community because it's very disinvested. The life expectancy is 10 years below people living in Streeterville, for example. The health issues like diabetes are some of the highest in the country and almost in the world. So we found it to be so disinvested, and we wanted to show that if you bring in integrated healthcare plus employment and training resources, plus having co-located partners like chambers of commerce, city and state coalitions, and other resources and universities, that we could lift up and show that you can lift up disinvested communities and not only help people to be healthier and tackle those social determinants of health on site, but you could also help bring economic development at the same time, and that we can turn this disinvested community around effectively in one center that is going to be a place of hope for thousands.
And I know you're providing both memory care and workforce training at the new center. Why did you choose to combine these two types of services?
Well, what I've found is, again, workforce development is the number one social determinant of health. If you do not have a job, then you do not have access to housing and food and behavioral health and mental health services. And you're really at a loss, and you have high rates of suicide and depression. And it's a very bad health situation for individuals and communities. So we wanted to show that we could provide those services on site, help people with job readiness, skill development, and give them access to start their own businesses in one place. And then they also could go up to another floor and get assistance with their health care. And they could leave the center with a plan. This is a difference in our center. Everyone will leave with a plan for how they can access food and housing and other resources. Basically, we don't want anyone to be lost or have a gap in their services. So everything is combined in one center.
And we're getting close to the end of our time together. Again, chatting with Marta Cerda from ASI Home Care. Marta, since you've taken over the helm at ASI, how has the organization transformed, and how important is your work, especially as you serve Chicago's Black and Brown communities?
Our agency grew by 40%, and we are still growing. We went from a traditional just home care model to more a full continuum of care. So we added more services and eliminated gaps in services. We added more contracts, we added more funding sources, and we basically are able to tackle the whole person now with additional services. So it was about growing in size and of course revenue, but also growing in our capacity to take on larger projects and serve more and more people in our communities. So that was the strategic way that I faced this agency, that it needed to grow and develop leverage technology so we could assist more people through, for example, telehealth. So it's the design of the company and growing our capacity to serve more happened at the same time.
Well, congratulations on all of your success. You're helping so many people with a very strong mission, not only at ASI Home Care, but also just through your advocacy and your involvement in community. It's inspirational. And I know our listeners are going to want to learn more about the work you're doing, find ways to support. And I want to give the final word over to you. Where can people learn more about you and the work that ASI Home Care is doing?
Absolutely. They can go to our website at asiservices.org. That's asiservices.org. They can find us on Instagram at ASI Community Health. And they can also find us at Facebook at Choose, CHOOSE, ASI. And finally, I forgot LinkedIn, ASI Services.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Marta Cerda. Really appreciate it, and really appreciate all the work that you're doing. We'll link in the show notes as well. As always, get on my website, shalomklein.com, or of course, go on your favorite podcast app. Just search for Get Down to Business. But friends, make sure you subscribe, rate, review, and share so you don't miss a single episode. Speaking of another episode, we've got a lot more in store for you this week. Lots of great guests talking all about small business jobs and entrepreneurship. Don't touch that dial. We will be right back.